Now, just a little warning before we begin, there will be major spoilers in this video for Andor up through the 7th episode. So if you're not all caught up, you don't want anything ruined, it's a really good time to click away. Okay, so I am going to bring my wife, Sailor Naboo, in for this video because it mainly comes about because somebody sent her a meme that initially didn't seem to make sense, so she looked into it and found something strange. Now, I don't know if, I'm sure others have brought this up or discussed it, but in the sentencing scene in the previous episode of Andor, episode 7, called Announcement, there are some discrepancies with the cards and the sentencing, which are strange.
Right.
They don't have the proper names and proper crimes and sentences and so on.
Well, it looks like there's like a stenographer type person who's typing things in, and then the judge looks like she's got like a screen next to her. After she passes her judgment, she swipes on her American Express reader.
Yeah, her old school credit card reader, yeah.
And she swipes it, and then the information appears on there. She puts the card onto the stack. And then the person usually get hauled away.
Yeah.
It kind of seems to correlate that she is swiping that individual's card because she doesn't even, like, swipe Cassian's card until he finishes, like, kind of arguing with her a little bit. And then after she pronounces her sentence, she swipes the card and he gets hauled away. They seem to correlate, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the scene, because I can understand if they're just, a generic showing you different people you're not even getting to know, showing them getting sentenced, but the scene actually correlates.
Yeah.
Like her swiping,
it's not like they're showing someone in a corner just swiping off sentencing cards.
Yeah, which in theory, it could be absolutely nothing. It could be that they've just framed the scene really strange that they are correlating it, yet they don't correlate. Yeah, we have the first guy whose name we don't hear, and we do hear the charges,
yes,
which don't coincide with what we see on the ticket when you decipher or translate from Arabic here.
I'm becoming an expert.
I know. You were the one who put this all together, and I had a whole different video going, and I'm like, well, this seems interesting. Let's run with this.
Let's talk about this a little.
Sure, why not?
So, what the charges are read off as is loitering at the scene of a crime, walking an unleashed massive, animal fouling, and the judge proclaims a sentence of 4 months. Then they show us the card that that the judge just swiped, leading us to believe it's his card. The name is Richard Stevenson. The crime says failure to follow imperial command and anti-imperial vandalism, with a sentence of 5 years.
Yeah, and we don't know who this person is. It's an Earth name, if you will.
Richard Stevenson, you can't get much more Earth name.
Exactly. So I'm wondering because we know one of the other ones is actually like a concept artist, so I don't know if this is someone from the show, some level of the show writing. I don't know.
I didn't see anything listed for that name, but I mean that's what the card says. It just doesn't align with what were listed as his crimes, nor does it match up to the sentence that was given.
Yeah, which would be, like I said, it'd be fine if it didn't kind of correlate, if the scene itself didn't correlate with that, the sentencing and then swiping of that card. That's what makes it strange, in my opinion. Because again, if you wanted to just randomly show people getting sentenced and make it a sort of Easter egg, go for it. That's fine. But you're correlating it with it. Makes you wonder, are they erroring intentionally or unintentionally with these sentences? Is the one typing in the sentence adding more or doing the wrong person? Is this going to come into play in the next episode? Is Cassian's sentence going to be longer or shorter, perhaps? Because 6 years takes us, if Cassian gets sentenced for 6 years and he doesn't break out or anything else, he's in there past the point of Rogue One, which is a problem, right?
He's in jail. He makes it.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be the ISB. Also, remember, they at the meeting, they like these good numbers for prison good numbers.
Yeah.
So it could be that the local judges are padding the stats at the behest of their overseers, possibly. Then we'll talk about Cassian's card.
Yeah. Who is not going by the name Cassian at this point, of course.
When they call out for him, they say Keith Girgo, which is also what's written in the subtitles.
Yeah.
Double-check this. He answers to it. He pronounces, yep, Keith Girgo. They tell him his charges: civil disruption, anti-imperial speech, fleeing the scene of anti-imperial activity, attempted damage of imperial property. Then the judge pronounces, it used to be 6 months, now it's 6 years. But that's not what the card says. The card pronounces his name is Keith Seymour, who is a concept artist for Andor. The charges are suspected force sensitivity.
Interesting.
Assaulting an imperial officer. Sentence, 25 years.
For one, do you think suspected Force sensitivity would be perhaps sent to the Inquisitors, but
Not just going to jail for 25 years?
yeah. What is going on? Like,
what is with these cards? They totally show us, and I was led to believe before I took the time to stop, look at them harder, and translate. I thought, oh, that's Cassian's card. He just boop, swipe, he's in jail.
yeah.
But that's clearly not Cassian's card, or they're pumping the numbers, or what are they doing? What are they doing here?
Like I said, you could kind of make the argument this is supposed to be some sort of Easter egg. And if that's the case, it's a strange place to put an Easter egg, especially in a series that has taken itself extremely seriously. Because people are going to translate that, right? That's why I thought there was nothing to it, because I'm not going to go translate. I figure if something was amiss with it, I would hear about it. Unfortunately, I didn't hear about it right away, because I don't know if anybody's talking about this or if they're just assuming it's supposed to be just a kind of a throwaway Easter egg, even though, again, that correlation makes it seem like it should be important.
Well, if they're going to throw it as an Easter egg, they could have just changed the names and still kept the correct sentencing. The sentencing doesn't make sense.
No, well, none of it
the
makes sense.
listing of charges doesn't make sense, and the years don't make sense.
So again, I do wonder if this is going to come into play, if Cassian's sentence is going to be different. I mean, we know they went through the trouble of actually writing an actual Arabesh here to make sense, so it's not like they didn't know what they were writing and made mistakes. No, it's clearly intentional. Again, you're using, somebody who is a concept artist as well. So, I mean, I'm going to assume this is just a fun Easter egg in a weird place.
We'll probably find out in a couple of days for sure.
Yeah, we'll probably find out in the next episode if he has this 6-year sentence, or if something has been mixed up, if he's going by a different name. Who the heck knows? Or if this is somehow how they get him out of prison, a technicality. Not that I think the Empire is going to be big on letting people out on technicalities, but I do wonder if this will have anything to do with his escape or release or whatever it is. Or if this is just pure head-scratching location for an Easter egg.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do try and say when he gets into jail, no, you're Keith Seymour, and...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that going to... You have 25 years.
25
Your name is...
years.
No, this is who you are. Like, is that going to be... which is why he maybe gets sent to a special prison? Because I'm going to assume, unless he has some sort of special skill set, he's going to be... we've seen in Rogue One, for example, there's, more labor-intensive prison camps.
Which I would foresee would be something that they would send him to, not especially with, a younger man, good back yet, and he could do the physical labors, instead of some sort of technological-looking...
Yeah, it looked like they were building stuff more,
things, yeah. So maybe they think he has a skill set he does not have, based on whoever Keith Seymour is within the galaxy.
Yeah, strange stuff. And I think we'll have the answer on Wednesday, but I thought I'd point it out and talk about it and see what you all think. So
yeah, what do you all think?
Yeah, well, that is all we got for you this time. So now take to the comments below. Tell me what you think. Is it a dumb Easter egg? Does it mean something? Will this actually come into play in this next episode? Is there a mix-up? Is it intentional? Is it accidental? What is the case? What are your thoughts? So leave your comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.